I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it. I won.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from around the world. It's Alan from Wall Street to EasyStreet.com. Two things that I want to cover in this video this weekend. The first one is what your desktop should look like. And what I'm showing you here in this video right now, this is pretty much what your desktop should look like when you're trading. This is assuming that most people out there have just one monitor, which is fine. You don't need multi-monitors. But what you need to know is what should you be looking at and how much information you should be looking at. Now, you don't need all the bells and whistles and stuff like that you see all the fancy things out on the internet, because most of that is just going to cause you to lose money anyway. The human brain is only capable of interpreting so much data at a time. So we need to be very selective about the data that we do allow into our brains during the trading day. Obviously, if we get too much data, then we start making either wrong decisions, or we just get the typical analysis paralysis, where we have so much data coming in we can't decide what to do. So what I'm showing here is a nice, clean, simple charts with as less information as you can get away with, and still have enough that you need throughout the day. So what we have here across the top, starting in the top left, that's a daily chart of the euro. And that's important because as we go to put our odds in our favor, you'll see that we only trade in the direction of that daily chart. The middle chart is a 60-minute chart, and that's going to show us what's going on currently in the market with the smart money, what they're doing. And those people that trade from day to day, you can see if they're buying or selling at the moment. We'll see that on the 60-minute chart. Then I have a shorter term chart over here, 15-minute. And that's just to kind of give us a little bit more of a narrowed down view of exactly what's going on. So we might get a little heads up if we start getting a big turn down in the market or something. And that's what we have on the top right. So in the bottom chart, this is our actual trading chart we'd be placing our trades off of. And it doesn't matter if you want to use a 5-minute chart. If you want to scalp like I do, typically off of a 70 tick or 100 tick chart, that's fine too, but the method is still basically the same. We have a time and sales over here so we can see the trades as they take place. And the only thing outside of our trading platform is our calendar. And the calendar is very important because we don't want to get blindsided by news coming out, or a talking head, or some important data release that's going to blindside us and send the markets in a big whipsaw. So that's why that's important. And that's the minimum amount of data we can get away with. So that's the first thing I wanted to cover. You notice if you look at everything, it's nice and clean, and anything that I don't need has been removed from the charts. So I've scrolled back a couple of days on the charts here just because I wanted to give you a good picture of what's going on. So I'm going to show you the area that we're going to focus on. So this is assuming a day or two ago how we would be trading. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look up here, the top chart on our left, and that's our daily chart. And we're going to trade in the direction of momentum, and where the big players are putting their money. So we're going to go with trade only in the direction of the daily chart. So with the daily, making higher highs and higher lows. So you can see here we kind of broke out from this range right here. We come down, broke out of our range. Since then we made a high, a low, a new high, and so we can safely say that we're uptrending on the euro. So at that moment, in this area, that's going to put us in this area here on the center chart. That's kind of the area we're going to focus on now. So during this same time, on the 60-minute, if we were to look at it, at that chart, you can also see that we made a low, made a high, came down, made a low, made a new high. So We could say that on the 60-minute chart we're also trending upward, and that gives us more confirmation to be able to trade to the long side. So now we have the big momentum traders on the daily that are buying the markets. We know that currently in the market, the smart money, as they're coming in and buying, they're buying the market up, the euro up right now. They're not selling it off. Then we're going to take a look over here at the 15-minute chart and just take a little double check that everything looks smooth, higher highs, higher lows, which it is. So at this point, we're going to start focusing on our trades, and we're only going to take the long side trades now, because that puts the majority of traders are trading long, so that's the direction we want to trade. So areas that we might be looking for a trade is we look at the typical 7 setups like I use in my scalping, or basically you could be a pullback trader, and since we want to get buy at value and try not to buy tops and bottoms, we're going to look probably to buy the pullbacks or some momentum breakouts is really what we would look to buy. So we might look to buy in these pullbacks here to our trend line. Maybe we'd buy this pullback here, and somewhere in this range, maybe buy the a breakout or whatever. But I think you get the idea that by trading only in the direction of the majority of traders, that really puts the odds in your favor, and really keeps you out of a lot of consecutive losers in a row. So I hope that helps and gives you a better idea of how to trade with the odds in your favor and how to keep your charts clean and simple. So if we look, let's go to their current market conditions. So if we look up here at our current market conditions, we can see that the dollar is pulled back. So if we're a long-term trader, we may look for the market to start turning and heading back up before we would place a trade. In our scalping that we do, we would probably wait until the dollar turns back up on the daily, and or until we get lower highs and lower lows on our daily chart. Until that point, we're still going to focus. Until we break this low right here, we're going to focus on long side trades until we break that 1145 area right there. Until that happens, we're going to assume that the daily is up. Now currently, if we look over here at the center chart, we see that on the 60-minute chart, we're getting lower highs and lower lows. So hourly is down. Also, if we look at our 15-minute, it's also trading down. So by our method of having the odds in our favor, we're going to have to sit on our hands right now. So when the markets open up Monday morning, what we're going to do is we're going to do nothing but watch the markets. Now, we don't have to sit at our trade desk for hours at a time when we're not going to be placing any trades. And since we're going to wait for the hourly to turn, it may take 3 or 4 hours. So what we can do is we may set an alert in here at maybe the 1300 range, 1300 level, and then go do something else, or take the wife out for her Valentine's Day shopping or whatever, and give the market a chance to turn and head back up. So until we break that low of looks like around 1150 on the daily, we're going to have to sit on our hands until the hourly turns back up. So for Monday morning, we will will not be trading. And we're not going to place a trade until we get the odds back in our favor. So by doing this and trading in this manner, you eliminate a lot of those bad trades that you get sucked into. All right, I hope this helps, and feel free to come by and check out the website at wallstreet2easystreet.com, or you can click on the forum link there and go to the forum. Or if you want, if you're using a calendar here from my webpage, you can during the day scroll over here and join our chat room. So have a good trading day and a good trading week.